I'm Amy Cherry. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow ya. A boil water order is in effect in Bunnell for the next 3 days. That's after 2 vehicles hit a power pole and a hydrant yesterday morning at East Lambert and North Church Streets. Bunnell Vice Mayor John Rogers.
We've had to take down the water pressure throughout the city until we can get this fire hydrant replaced and get everything back up and running.
Service was restored last night, but for now you'll have to use boiled water or bottled water for drinking, cooking, and brushing your teeth. Showering and using the dishwasher and laundry machines are safe.
This portion of WNZF Local News, a service of the Daytona Beach International Airport. Fly to the Big Apple in a New York minute on JetBlue from the Daytona Beach International Airport.
A Palm Coast woman has died from a drug overdose. Police say 30-year-old Samantha Brewer overdosed inside her R-section home Friday after a years-long struggle with substance abuse. Paramedics say they tried to revive her with Narcan and initially had thought they'd been successful. Her death will be investigated as a homicide as part of a new directive from Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley, who wants to trace the origin of drugs tied to overdose deaths. At the time of her death, Brewer had been hanging out with her friend John Yavoli, who spent a year in jail on a felony drug possession conviction in 2015. Brewer herself has had several run-ins with the law, including drug possession and trafficking arrests. The father of Brewer's child, according to Flagler Live, is Joseph Colon of Palm Coast, who faces a first-degree murder charge in the overdose death of Samantha DeAngelis. A CDC team is asking questions at the Flagler County Sheriff's Emergency Operations Center. Tony Magoo reports.
Question: what's making everyone sick and why? Since November of last year, more than 40 employees who once worked at the vacant Flagler County Sheriff's Operations Center in Bunnell have filed workman's comp claims. They believe that contaminants in that building have caused any number of health issues and illnesses. So, a team of inspectors from the Center for Disease Control and Prevention came down yesterday morning to get a handle on what's making these people sick. 4 doctors arrived at 6 a.m. for a walkthrough, and then they were scheduled to speak with 32 of Sheriff Rick Staley's affected employees. The sheriff said it was a step in the right direction, and hopefully these people will give the county advice on what to do with the building, how to fix it, and discover what may be triggering these illnesses. Workers' comp claims began escalating last spring. 2 different inspections took place with differing results, so Sheriff Staley contacted the CDC. He said he hopes to hear some recommendations before they leave today. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Tony Magoo.
Flagler County employees are getting a pay raise. John Arking has more.
Flagler County employees will see a boost in pay and increases to the overall pay structure in all categories, beginning in the upcoming fiscal year. The Board of County Commissioners Wednesday authorized County Administrator Craig Coffey to move forward with the pay adjustments recommended by Evergreen Solutions, a third-party company hired in February to conduct a pay study and report the results. Flagler County Commission Vice Chair Donald O'Brien.
Bottom line is it pointed out holes that we had in our compensation to many of our employees, and it's going to give us the ability to adjust the salary ranges so that we are able to attract the best and the brightest and also retain the good employees that we have. We've become known as a training county in some cases where we're training good folks and then they leave us because there's better opportunities in terms of compensation. So we want to try to combat that.
Among the changes will be raising the starting salaries from $9.72 to $12 per hour as part of the 3-year phase-in pay adjustments for positions warranting a greater than 3% increase. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John Arking.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Amy Cherry.